Welcome guys. So in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make use of the new public API WordPress plugin. So we would be downloading the plugin and installing it on our brand new WordPress website, and then we're going to make an account on public API so that we would be able to get a token to use for the plugins. So the first thing you need to do now is that you need to go on to the public API website. So once you get there, you will need to create a new account if you don't have an account. If you already have an account, we can just log in. So I'll be creating a new account. So basically you just need to fill in the details here, but make sure the email address you are providing is the correct email address, because a verification link is going to be sent to the email address, and if you don't verify the account, you won't be able to make use of the platform. So I'll fill in the details now. Okay. So as you can see, it's telling me to go and verify my email. So I'm going to go into my mail. This is the mail here. So I'm going to verify this now. Okay, now we are in. So the first thing you need to know is that for you to be able to use the plugin, you need to generate a token. So for each plugin you want to use, you would need to generate a new token for each of the plugins. So we have 3 plugins. We have the one for news, the one for TV series, and the one for music. So now the first one I'm going to be installing now will be for the news. So I'm going to create a new account. So I'll call this news test, and the website is going to be this is the site URL here. So I'm going to call it test1. Now you're going to want to leave the webhook URL empty. Now for you to use the hook type, what hook type means is that, let's say I select every 1 hour here and I enter 10 here. So that means for every 1 hour, the maximum number of news that will be posted would be 10. So that means that for every hour, only a maximum of 10 news is going to be posted onto our WordPress website. If you increase this to like 4 hours, that means every 4 hours, only a maximum of 10 news is going to be posted to your website. So I'm going to set this to none, which basically means that there won't be any limit to the number of news that is going to be posted to my WordPress website. So as long as there's a new news on public API, it's going to push it over to my WordPress website. But basically you would want to set a limit here so that your website won't be eat too much with our webhook push. Now the service type is going to be left at news API, because I'm creating this site to generate a token for the news API plugin. So I'm going to click on create new site. Okay, so that is done now, and this is our token. So how do we use this? We need to copy these over and insert it in the plugin we're going to install on our WordPress website. So to do that, I'm going to go to my cPanel here and quickly set up a new WordPress website. Mind you, you can use this on an existing WordPress website. It doesn't matter, the plugin is going to work perfectly well. So let me just go over here, WordPress. So in case you need an host to host your website, or you want to get a domain, you can get that from testhost.com. That's what I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to click on install now, and then I'm just going to install it in test1. Alright, okay, just leave this as it is, admin pass. So I'm just going to click on install. So wait for that to finish. Okay, so that's done now. So I'm just going to log into the admin panel. Now the next you want to do right now is that you want to grab the plugin from my GitHub page. So by going here, if I click on repositories, this will bring a list of all my repositories on GitHub, all my public repositories. So the one that I want to get now is for the public API, the news plugin. So I'll click on this, and then I'm going to click on clone or download. So I'm going to download the zip file. So make sure you steer the plugin once you use it. So you can just click on this star icon here, but you would need to be logged in to do this. Okay, so that is downloaded. Now we'll go over back to my WordPress website. If we go to the interface now, we're going to see this is a brand new WordPress website with nothing installed on it, only just the default post. So that's going to come up. As you can see, this is the default post by WordPress when you set up a new WordPress website. So now what I will need to do now is that I will go over to plugins, add new plugin. Okay, so I'll go over to upload, and then I'll just browse for the file from my downloads. You're not going to see me browsing for the file. Well, basically what I'm doing is that I just want to select the plugin I just downloaded from my system hard disk. So as you can see, I've selected what I downloaded just now, and I'm going to click on install. And that's it. The plugin should install automatically within some seconds. Okay, so it says the plugin is installed successfully. So the next thing I need to do is to activate the plugin. So once that is done, it's going to take us over to the plugin page, where we can now go into the settings for the plugin. So I click on settings. So now if you've not done so, you will need to copy the token you've generated here for the news API, and then move over to the plugin settings and paste the token. Then you click on save or changes. So what this is going to do is that it's going to connect back to the public API website and set the hook URL for you to be from your website. So if you go over here now and go to edit site, I'm going to make a refresh, and then I'm going to check edit site. As you can see now, the hook URL is now set to our WordPress website. So basically that's why you need to leave this empty if you are making use of the WordPress plugin. The plugin is going to set this automatically. So once I'm here, I just need to set the, so these are the settings you can set. If you select excerpt here, so that means the news is only going to post the mini description and it's going to attach a link to the full URL. Whereas if you select a full article, it's going to post the full article on your website without any source link back to the original post. So now, if you select this to be yes, what this is going to do is that it's going to create any new articles it finds coming from public API. So let's say on your website now there are no categories. So once the news is posted and it sees that the category does not exist on your WordPress website, the plugin is going to automatically create the plugin and the category, and attach it to the post. So I'm going to set this to yes, and I'm going to save all changes. Okay, so that's done. Now to test if all your setup is working, you can just go over to public API. You can come here, and here you can click on test hook. So what is this is going to do is that it's going to make a test web hook to your WordPress website, the endpoint that is set in the settings, and see if your hook is working. As you can see here, we got a message that your hook is working perfectly fine. So now if we go over to our WordPress website, we should see a new post from public API here now. So I'll wait for that to come up so you can see it's working. As you can see, this is the news that was posted. So now with this, the plugin is all set up and working well, and you don't need to do anything. Public API is going to post new news to you. Okay, so sorry, it means one thing that you need to do also. So before you can be receiving news, you need to come over to public API and subscribe for the newspapers. So we've got a list of newspapers that we support here. So you need to subscribe to the ones that you want. And if you need all of them, you can just subscribe to all of them. You subscribe one by one. So once that is done, if you come back, you would see that that would have changed to unsubscribe. So you can subscribe to all the list of newspapers listed here, or you can only subscribe to the ones that you need. So by doing this now, whenever there is any news updates on Vanguard or The Nation or Tribune, Public API is going to automatically alert my website with a new post and post it for me. So that's about using the WordPress plugin to post news automatically on your WordPress website. In the next video, I'm going to be installing the Music API plugin and show you how to connect it with Public API. Thank you very much for watching. Good day.